get the camera straight here.
Yeah. Right.
We can also just push this back.
Oh,
A little bit.
Shit. We should have thought about that.
Wait, don't do that.
Hey, Zach.
Look, I got a cat blanket, Zach. It matches our cat.
It matches our cat. Spooky blanket season.
Spooky blanket season.
Is in order. Millie plays ukulele. Welcome.
Hello, Millie plays ukulele. Hello, Liberty Flower Farm.
Woof.
No, the cat does not say woof woof. I mean, our cat might.
This says woof woof.
Our cat's a little psychotic.
Osaka.
Osaka! Osaka is the Japanese restaurant.
But Osaka, what's the difference? Tomato.
No.
I don't know.
One is a Star Wars character, one is a Japanese restaurant. Very different things.
Ocarina of Time.
That's what we should name her.
Kay Rodriguez Funes. How's it going?
Got some people joining us. We're hopping on a few minutes early.
Yeah.
They'll be joining us at 6:30, but we want to give people time to jump on, ask questions if you have questions. Hey. The weird thing when we save these is the comments don't save, so sometimes we'll just say something.
It's just us talking to each other.
It looks really dumb when you watch it back. 8:30.
What about 8:30?
I don't know what 8:30 means.
Well, it's 8:30. So if it's 6:30 here, it's 8:30
in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, because London is about.
It's past midnight in London. Because the Kelsey album is already out in London.
Ah, lucky. Well, should have made some tea to go with my blanket.
To go with the blanket?
Yeah. I
mean, we could technically, if we were following our show motto, we should be drinking beers right now, but
I got claw in the fridge.
I don't feel like a claw right now.
No,
I'm full of sushi.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I mean, I guess we could lean back a little bit. My jacket's loud.
I'm gonna wait.
Beth Ann's just gonna wait under her blanket.
Okay. Who's
Insta Sama, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the party. We got spooky blankets.
Spooky blankets, spooky blankets, spooky blank.
I'm just gonna bring this blanket every time we do a live. These are our live streaming blankets.
These are actually as we get ready for spooky season podcasts.
Yes,
these will be present.
Which I need to do my research for.
I do too.
That's like my weekend project.
I gotta work on mine.
Same.
We gotta start.
I have not started.
I read the wiki page. I did homework ahead of time, which is a rarity, but I didn't want to. I wanted to just savor every element of this artist.
I read one article so far.
Yeah,
that's what I've done. It's 6:30. Like right on the dot. So
yeah,
we'll see. I'm taking a gamble and did not plug my phone in because it was at 69%. So that felt like a blessed number to not plug it in.
Don't do it.
4:30. Yes, it's 4:30.
Oh, it's 4:30 in Utah.
In their time zone.
Yeah.
They confirmed they will be here this time.
My husband's homeland, if you will. His motherland. Of Logan, Utah.
The homeland. I want to hit the button in the corner and see what it does, but I really don't want to mess up the live stream. Like, is this a screenshot?
I think it's just
button?
the screen. It's whatever looks like a picture.
Yeah, I don't know what the last picture I took was.
Yeah, you better not then.
So it looks like a screenshot of something.
Land of the small and home of the Gaines.
Is that Utah?
Apparently, that's what that's saying.
It's the nickname of Utah. I was going to say something that was a question, and it totally just...
Left your head.
Slipped out of my brain. While we're waiting, a new episode drops tomorrow. I won't tell you what it's on, but it is different.
Make sure you listen to the end.
Our previous episodes. It is not about an artist. It's about a thing that is super impactful in the rock and roll world.
One could argue you could not have rock and roll without this.
You could not. It
thing.
would be very, very hard. And yeah, it's a long episode. I noticed when I uploaded it was like an hour and 12 minutes. Yeah. So that'll tide you over for 2 weeks until we start spooky season.
Yeah. Spooky season.
Spooky episodes. Due to bad connection.
Josh, get off the internet.
Stop playing Mario.
Gosh. Hey.
Hi, Patty. I'm just going to open my emails here.
Yeah.
Gmail. Mail.
I like the ghost emoji. Can we change, like, instead of sending hearts to just send ghost emojis, or is that not possible?
Where was the the ghost emoji down there?
Yeah.
Sophia, I saw a thing on a social media management blog that I follow where on brand accounts, you could, you know how like when you double tap a comment, you can like it and it'll give a little heart? Yeah. You can change that emoji.
Yeah, you can do it in Messenger too.
It won't let me do it on any of my accounts. I have 9 Instagram accounts on my phone and it won't let any of me change them. So proud. Why are you proud? I don't know what that means. I'm trying to access the podcast email over here and make sure that nobody...
Hi, 2 cats, 1 dog. Or my 2 cats, 1 dog.
Do you have your phone check our Instagram messages just in case? My 2 cats, 1 dog. Back to the live streams.
Mm-hmm.
What we really need is Lizzie to join us. I like when Lizzie joins. She asks a lot of questions.
Yeah. Where's Lizzie?
Okay.
Yeah, I got it open.
Yep. Oh, hey, they're coming.
They're coming.
All right. We're just going to message to get her to join. She just has to join our live video and send a message request. And then we will start this party. This is why we have 2 phones, because otherwise I would not be able to read the message.
Here, I'm going to flip over to this. Dun, dun, dun. There they are.
Spirit Machines, hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the party. Right. All right, we're going to add them
here we go.
Our live here.
Thinking about it.
It takes a second.
Connecting.
Oh, cool.
Hey!
Hello.
I'm going to try something.
How's
it going?
It's going great. It's like
good.
Kind of hot bright right there. Maybe that's better. Okay.
Yeah, it's still light where you are. It's dark here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel so bad. Last week we had the mix up with the time.
Oh, it's okay.
It happens. It's not the first time we've had that happen.
It will not be the last.
Oh yeah, Dave. I feel like it was like the first time for Dave though, and he was very stressed about it. And
no, it's all right.
It's fine.
He's usually so organized, but I'm less organized. But I haven't made it.
It's okay. During my like day job, I've had people who their phones have just changed time zones on them, so they showed up for meetings 3 hours late or 3 hours early. So
yeah, that has happened to me because of the time zone thing, and it's just one of those things.
Because you all are out in Utah, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you in
Salt Lake City, Utah?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. My husband's from Logan.
Oh no way! That's just up the way. About like an hour and a half or like 45 minutes if you drive really fast.
Yes. Yes. So he lived in Logan for like 6 or 7 years. My father-in-law taught at Utah State in agriculture. Yeah.
Yeah. They're an Aggie.
Yes.
An Aggie school. Kind of like our lead agricultural school, which is a big deal out here because there's lots of farms.
That's what I hear. I mean, I'm all the way from New York, so like. Oh. Yeah, hearing about agriculture world, it's a whole other world. Like, it has its own systems, parliamentary procedure, you name it, all about cows. So, it's great.
Exactly. And it's funny because it's like, I didn't know what an Aggie was, but UC Davis, which is like California's agricultural school, like they're also Aggies.
Yeah.
They have like Aggie Wars. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a whole other world.
It's wild.
It really is. Well, thanks for joining us. We're super excited to talk with you.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I guess
Yeah.
we should introduce ourselves so you know who's who. I'm Leah.
And I'm Beth Ann.
And Beth Ann. Okay.
Yes.
Nice to meet you guys.
It's so nice to meet you. So let's just go ahead and hit the ground running.
Yeah.
First question, super original question. But what is Spirit Machine's origin story?
And introduce yourself.
Oh yes, and introduce
yes,
yourself
So we
as
have
well.
the audio.
So I'm Pepper Rose, and that's like my stage performing name. My name's Jessica Rose, but you know, when I first started performing, I actually lived in Boston for a couple of years
nice.
as a graduate school, and I loved it there. And there was just so much music. I was like right in Central Square, so I saw a lot of like Berkeley kids, and it was very shy. Like, you know, I played some songs on the guitar because my dad's a musician, but while I was at Boston, I like really like I practiced every day and was like doing a lot of practicing and getting better. So when I came back to Salt Lake, which is my hometown, I started going to open mics and just you know, like shyly like singing quietly into the microphone, and I've been doing that for about 2 to 3 years. Like, I'd been starting to get some gigs and that sort of thing, and so I was going to this open mic at the Vertical Diner, which is like this vegan place in South Salt Lake, and I was there, like I was going by myself, and I saw Dave perform, and Dave, I guess, had just moved here from Salt Lake and was like newly divorced and depressed, and he like looked like a mess, honestly. He just like, his hair had been like braided and dreaded and was just like all over his face, and so couldn't even like see his face. And he sang this song about this like sandwich that like, I guess it was a show idea. I didn't know this. I just was like, who is this?
So this is a concept album about a sandwich.
Well,
is what I'm hearing.
I guess it was like a pitch for a TV show, an animated TV show that he wanted to make about a sandwich named Sammy. It's a roast beef sandwich that like helps his roommate gets girls by like eating them out really well instead of them. Instead of the guy, like, I guess
who didn't pick this up?
I can't imagine why.
Who didn't pick this up? I love it.
Yeah, and so I know. Well, that's the thing is, so he had this whole. It was the theme song, and you know, he was talking a little bit about it, but it's pretty conservative here, even though you know it's like a less conservative open mic. But I was just like, who is this? And then he followed it up with like a very serious song called Bitter Lie, which was beautiful and amazing. And I was just like, okay. And he said he was from Boston, and later I talked to him and was like, oh, I lived in Boston. And I was like, what's the deal with the sandwich? And he was like so serious about it that he actually he'd paid some woman in Hungary to like, or in Hungary, some Hungarian woman to like animate the little pitch.
This is
and
incredible.
So he had like an animation and I was just like, in Salt Lake, people are kind of lackadaisical, and you know, that's just one of the many things that, you know, Dave Crespo is doing, and he's like so serious about it that he has like a mock-up, and I don't know, but
I love it. It's like a perfect Adult Swim show.
Yeah, exactly. And I had usually when I'm waiting, because you know when you're at the open mic, you have to like hang out forever, and so usually I sketch the people, and so I drawn this picture of him, and I showed him the picture later, and we connected. But anyway, I brought him. I reached out because he asked me if there were any shows, and I was like, no, but I want to go to this open jam in South Salt Lake that's like a truly seedy area. It's in like this pirate bar, like way down south, and I'd been there before, but felt a little insecure because I'm like, you know, like a young alone person going to this rough side of town. And so I was like, can you come with me to this open mic? And we went, and they were just like awful to us. And but you know, he has a good humor, and like was joshing with them and got them to let us play. And he like formed this whole, because they were only gonna let like they're like, you all can form a band and play like one song. That's they just were like a house band that wanted to play like Weezer covers and hang out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tale
yeah.
as old as time.
Yeah, which I respect. Like
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the
Do your
open
thing.
mic game. So but Dave organized us into a band and we played like one terrible song and I don't know, we just were fast friends and he was helping me do my like Pepper Rose, my personal music and that sort of thing, and we got like romantically involved and he like immediately moved into my 400 square foot place. Which because I had just gotten out of a relationship as well, and so we were living in this like tiny room, just like a room, and he plays the guitar all the time, and he would be playing, and I'd just like write songs, and then we wrote the first couple of Spirit Machine songs, just kind of like that, and he likes to create a lot of content, as he would say, and so he's very demanding and had all these, he was like, okay, we'll write lyrics to this one or you know, and we were just kind of accidentally doing it. And one of my gigs was busking at the farmer's market, and so we'd go out and we kind of like sing these songs acoustically, and they're really depressing and dark, and it was hilarious because people would be like, what are they doing? Like
I love it though in Utah. Like I call it the happiest place on earth.
Yeah,
because everyone's so friendly. And I love it though. You need real songs, so
it's
good for
funny
you.
because Salt Lakers and Bostonians I think get along really well because Salt Lakers are like nice, but it's fake nice, and they're actually kind of like mean and biting inside.
Yeah, I've heard.
Whereas
that,
Bostonians are mean and biting outwardly.
They're just mean.
They just are.
Oh yeah, but
it just is what it is.
But I really like that because then I know where people stand, and so when I got to Boston and people were like, I passed them on the street and they're like, your legs are short.
That's about right.
I was like,
that's about right for Boston.
Yeah,
Boston are so. I just knew where I stood, and I don't know. There's a lot of Boston transplants here. Dave had moved because one of his childhood friends lived here, and you know was like, this place is amazing and cheap, and but it's hard because we have a lot of musicians, right? But a lot of them, because lots of people here are like LDS, right? Mormons, right? And like making your kids have the discipline to do piano or an instrument is really important in their culture. So every kid just has like very rigorous training. And then they're told to like not be creative or different or to pursue their dreams at all. And so there's a lot of frustration, and a lot of the musicians have left the church and just like they joined alcohol. And so there's a lot of dysfunctional musicians out here, lots of talent, but not really like doing anything. And I was really getting frustrated because I was trying to put a band together, and like I had this guitarist and he was just like, I wouldn't want to perform unless we were like really making it, or I don't know, just a lot of like weird
that's not how that works.
No.
Yeah, like resistance. Like a lot of people have bands, but they only play in their basement, like in front of their friends, and so we have like little cliques and pockets that don't interact and definitely aren't trying to play out at gigs. So like Dave arrived here and was immediately like, I've got to change all of this, and was like putting all of the degenerates like into groups and, you know, getting them booked at our venue, which is the Urban Lounge. And that's what he said. He invited me to play an acoustic set at the Urban Lounge, which is like our lead venue. And I've been trying to break into the scene for like 3 years, but Salt Lakers, they like will smile and be nice to you and then just ignore you utterly. And so then Dave's like, would you want to perform at the Urban Lounge? And I was like, my high school dream. Yes. And I played that and just, I don't know, was just attracted to that and wasn't really, I don't know, Spirit Machines was just sort of an accident because we had, moving forward this story, David met another drummer at another open mic and had him come play one of my Pepper Rose songs, and my personal music's like kind of cute and like country, you know, like country rock, and Mike got behind it and was just like, like just like intense. brought
I
this
love
like
it.
in Zeppelin intensity to my just like cute country songs. And so it was like not working out, and we're like, Dave's looking at it, you know, we're all looking at each other, and Mike's very enthusiastic, just, you know, and we played a Spirit Machine song, and Mike just started drumming on it, and it was just like the track. It was just magic, where he just like knew where we were going emotionally with things. And then we added Sergio, the bassist, later, because I don't know, Dave we had a bassist who was the drummer in Dave's band, but he had like this weird situation where the lead singer of the band like started dating that drummer, and then they like moved away to Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people going to Austin these days.
Yeah. I was looking
of
at going to Austin. Yeah, everyone should go to Austin and not.
It's a great city. It is such a weird,
keep Austin weird.
awesome city.
Yeah.
With the voodoo donuts on 6th Street.
That is what I hear. And it's funny because when Dave and I started dating, it was actually like he was there for the for his South by stuff. Like he had gone.
Okay, South by Southwest, yeah.
We weren't like romantic. It wasn't even like on my radar at all. You know, I was just trying to play at the Urban Lounge and try and like not date a musician. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You got to keep him like all the way over there. But he was in Austin and just like texting me, you know, and we were just like texting, and it just felt like texting your best friend, you know?
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. And so that's kind of how it got started. And the rest has just been like a weird ride.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you guys are just like in Utah, and Utah, like you were saying, it's just, it's kind of like a weird climate, but you're just like, hey, here's some musicians, let's jam together.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just jamming. And, you know, here, like, it's a huge boys club. I guess we're like on the She Will Rock You podcast. So I will say it's like really hard for female musicians here. Salt Lake is kind of like Austin, and it's like a weird blue island in like a red sea of just like awfulness. But it's just, it was weird. So like I'd been trying to break in the scene, and but once I had like Dave around me, you know, it was like watching him deal with it and trying to kind of like get more women into the scene. Yeah. It's been something that's been fun. But yeah, all these songs are just, I feel like they just write themselves. It's a fun, lucky combo.
Totally. And you guys just came out with an album this year called Feel Again,
which is awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah.
We've been vibing to it like for the past 2
We have.
That's good.
We like to like listen before like we interview anyone, or even we do an episode. We always like, at least you do as well. Like we just put ourselves in like a zone of like, I'm going to know the music. So it's fun. Great. Kudos to you guys. I'm loving it. And kind of like, what are some of the messages and themes behind the whole album?
So the album's called Feel Again, and we talked, it took a while to like get the name for it. You know, we were just making the songs. Some of the songs are pretty diverse in there. There's lots of different styles, and so I was worried about it like being cohesive, but I think when we started writing the songs, you know, Dave had his own band Spo, and they were doing like 90s rock, you know, fun, like upbeat, pop rock things. And, you know, I really liked that, but then he was like playing all these like darker thing, like, you know, discordant notes and that sort of stuff. And, I was really interested, and it was like, this is all the stuff that he's just been like suppressing in years in his attempt to be like, you know, crowd pleasing and more like upbeat. And so a lot of times when we write, like I'll kind of be like picking up what like the feelings that I'm hearing in his, and sometimes I'll give I'll like ask him like, what's this about, like one word, and get kind of a prompt. And then I try and just like imagine Dave's world and just narrate it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guitar, riffs that you have in there, it's just like a mixture. So it's kind of very prog. So you do like one thing and then it goes on to this other thing. And I could definitely see that weaving through. Now, do you have a current like song that's just your favorite on that album? Or you can say you love them all. That's fair too. But
you can love all your children.
You can love all your children, but we're asking which is the favorite.
Which is the favorite? It's difficult because it's like now that the album is like out, it's weird because I don't have to like physically scream at you, and which is good because because some people, it was hard at first like gigging because people were like they'd start to like think and be affected by the music, and then they'd be like, oh my gosh, my relationship is a nightmare, or like
I love it.
She killed our cat, and that sort of thing. And they get kind of turned off and weirded out. And we were having this like weird effect. And so like for performing, I really like the beach because it more like energizes and excites people. And I really like just singing it. It feels like some of those high notes just, are like, it's like, I don't know, like sliding or just feels good. But I also really like the Changeling. I have a lot of metal influences. Just being in Utah, there's a lot of metal out here, actually.
Oh, there's a huge hardcore scene out there. Yeah, my husband, that's what he would do in high school, just go to hardcore shows on the weekend.
Yes. Yeah. And it's funny because that scene's, it's not that it's died out, but it's just gone like underground as everyone starts families. And it's like, somewhere there's a 30-year-old angry dad just like thrashing in his basement.
There's always an angry 30-year-old dad with his Slayer things hang up after the burial.
Yeah, exactly. And so the Changeling is kind of it's funny because it's about so some of the songs, Dave kind of has like a narrative surrounding his Fox character Frank, which exactly 0 people have asked about in all of like the interviews and things. Like nobody.
Can we be the first?
Yeah,
tell me about this character.
So Dave, so I didn't know this about Dave when I first met him, but I soon learned that he has kind of like an alter ego that just terrorizes the scene, is what I've heard. I hear that he dresses up as a fox, this Frank character. I don't know who it is, if it's Dave or whatever, and would like throw glitter at people and just do all this stuff that me as a Salt Laker, like a nice non-confrontational Salt Laker, would hate.
No, I love it.
You're all about glitter.
Yeah, and so
her ears just peaked when she heard glitter.
Yeah, glitter bombing. It's funny because there have been a couple of instances of like, we have, our petty rivalries and infightings in our scene.
Yeah.
Just like, this is where Frank would glitter bomb the fuck out of them. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like an open-minded person, but so this fox, Frank, he's an interdimensional time traveler who has I don't know, some sort of like special instrument with like special powers, and the lore is that he believes Dave has stolen it from him and is like trying to get it back. And there's like a whole concept album surrounding this sort of thing, and there's a lot of history. And so some of the stories are directly from this mythology surrounding this character Frank. And so Changeling is one of those, where it's kind of like a prodigal son, which has to do with the forging of this guitar, and where the guitar came from.
Yes. Is
this like prodigal son who like stole it from his father, who was just doing shady shit and controlling people with sounds. And so that's where the echoing sound comes from, is another scene from this tale of theft. But the Changeling, so it's about the prodigal son kind of like leaving and like not wanting just to, the lyric is like, you serve the doctrine or you get cast out instead. And when having the choice, the choice is like, I turn and run, like to kind of get away. And it's fun to perform that one in front of like kind of angry ex-Mormons who are like
Oh yeah.
wild
Oh,
kids.
I'm sure that one really resonates.
They get that analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's kind of fun because it's like just harder, and I'd like to see us go in a more hard direction.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's super awesome. Well, I love that. I love concepts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alter that. I'm all
Yeah.
about it. That's
And
awesome.
One day Dave, like, I think his vision in this band is to have like an animated or some sort of live action extended like rock opera.
Nice.
And
Here for it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's
Absolutely.
that's like kind of the undercurrent that I kind of write to in the songs.
Nice.
You just gotta throw the sandwich in that whenever you do.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is our request.
You'll
From
have
us,
to,
our
you'll have
humble
to
request.
ask him. I wish I had it. You'll have to ask him to see that video because
I will.
I was just like, who is this guy?
I'm gonna ask for it now that I have been commuting with him over email. So
Well, and it's funny because I did like an outreach in Revere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm saying it. No. It was Peabody, and at a high school, and the teens there, I asked them where to eat, and they just like launched into this diatribe about all of the various roast beef places, and I guess it's like a cultural, like, I don't know if it's just like a roast beef thing. I don't know. I asked my friend, I was like, did we mention roast beef? Because they were like, if you want corporate roast beef, you could go here, or maybe like our local roast beef place.
corporate roast beef.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. You're saying the man owns roast beef? 'Cause
Is there big roast beef that we don't know about?
It's like the McDonald's
Wall Street roast beef.
Yeah. We ended up going there. I felt bad.
Was it in Arby's?
No.
Yeah, is that just what they call Arby's in Utah?
That's funny. Well, it's funny because that's what I'd asked Dave. I was just like, dude, what is it with Massachusetts and roast beef? Like, what is going on? But it's funny because Salt Lake actually has not roast beef, but a corned beef thing. In that our cheeseburgers here, like, have roast, like, corned beef.
Yeah,
pastrami. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Are y'all okay over there?
Josh worked at a burger joint called LeBeau's, and they had it. And they had a sandwich like that, and then they have this fry sauce. I don't know.
Fry sauce is our other stuff.
I learned about fry sauce this week. This girl I follow on Instagram was on a road trip from Colorado back home, and they cut through into Utah just to get fry sauce.
It's a whole thing.
And she was like, I am underwhelmed right now. This is mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together.
Oh, yeah. I was like, there's no mystery. You could do this. I used to go on vacation, and when I discovered, I'd be like, fry sauce, please. And they're just like, what? And I was like, ketchup and mayonnaise, please. And I'm just like mixing them. And my hosts were just like horrified. They're like, what are you doing? You're making this huge mess. I'm just like,
but it's delicious. Leave me alone.
There's relish in it sometimes, and sometimes a little bit of mustard. I don't know. It's a special thing, but
yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, you'll have to see the Sammy video sometime.
Yes.
We'll be asking.
I'll ask for it.
We'll be asking about it.
Yeah.
So the big question of the day is, one of the things you guys are picking up notoriety for is this Led Zeppelin Tool cover you guys did. Yeah. It's got 136,000 views on YouTube. Congrats. Retweeted by Tool themselves.
Yeah, congrats on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what made you all decide to merge and kind of mix those two songs or even two groups together?
It's funny. That whole situation is like funny because like I don't even know what to want anymore because that was it for like my life. Just talk to Adam Jones, and just but it actually was born of Dave's just resistance to covers. He has this like mental block where he just won't learn other like the covers or the riffs, or I don't know if he feels he's an amazing guitar player, very very versatile, and I don't know when it comes to other people's riffs, he's just not into it. And I love Led Zeppelin, and Tool is like the number one band out here. Like if you said that you didn't like Tool, people would be like, but yeah. And so I was trying to be like, I was like, can we do a Led Zeppelin cover? We tried to learn When the Levee Breaks, and we went to perform, and it was just like terrible. Dave, like, he wouldn't listen to it, wouldn't. He thinks covers are too long and take up too much time in the set, and so he was like, I guess we could like play 2 songs together, or like, you know, make a way to shorten them. And
yeah,
we've been thinking about like what songs to mash up, and I don't know how it happened. It was like a magic moment because he plays guitar like all day. We have a little mini guitar that
oh nice,
just like, you know, a sketch pad. And
yeah,
he I was talking about Sober, and I think, you know, we're playing it, and then he was just like, that's just Cashmere, and he played it, you know, the kind of Tool and Cashmere lick together, and we just like looked at each other, and I just laughed because I know, like, as a Tool fan, I know that like love or like hate is their love language, and I was like, Tool fans would hate this.
So let's do it.
yeah, I was like, we have to do it, and or just to learn it, and so I kind of set up, and he like wanted to cut down a lot so that it would be shorter, and so I had like both of the lyrics, and just I had like had them highlighted in different colors and just sort of like spliced them in, and then I don't know why I like put the lyrics in each other. I just thought it would be fun to do. I don't know. I sang like the one song. I like reversed their lyrics, I think, just in a fun exercise, and was like, oh, this actually sounds pretty good, mixed up. And yeah, we played it at a show, and where we had like we're also really loud, and so we had just expelled this audience of bar goers who did not come to see us. And then we played that one at the end of our set, and everybody just came back in and just were loving it and asking about it, and so
that's awesome.
We like made it a part of our set. And as far as the video goes, you know, we were looking at what song to make, and I just know that controversy drives viralness, and so like I was just like, I can't imagine a Tool fan wouldn't be excited to share this with his friend and be like, this is terrible. Look what these terrible people are doing.
Can you believe this? Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So you rode the outrage train.
I love that angle. Most people are like, I want it to be loved by millions. And you're like, I want everyone to hate it.
Well, I just thought it would be fun because I don't know. I knew that some people would like it, but just the fact that it makes like non-Tool fans and non-Led Zeppelin fans, like, it has that power. Just, like, the Led Zeppelin, some Tool fans do like it, but a lot of Led Zeppelin people are still like why?
That's okay. I like it.
Yeah,
and I'm a Led Zeppelin fan.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
It's super fun. And I mean, I can only imagine COVID is the reason behind its share, because I don't know, Tool must have been just like the band, they must have been just like so sad and bored. You know, they're about to go out on their like tour for the first time in 10 years, and I don't know. Adam Jones in his message to us just said like, this made my day. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
Smiley face. And so I shared it, and I was just like pretty terrified actually when I saw it.
Oh man.
I don't know. I just not that you like count on your band failing, but I was like, dude, we might actually have to be a band.
Now we can't.
Well, I mean, that's so true with COVID. So many like major bands have had to cancel their shows, which worked out for me because I was going to go see Rage Against the Machine. And now I was too late to get tickets, and then they postponed it to 2021, and I'm like, guess it's getting tickets now. So but it's still like, it's so important to support bands during COVID. And speaking of COVID, like, despite it, do you guys have any like plans for like new music or some kind of like virtual show?
So we've been, I mean, when Dave came here, he wanted to, continue he was doing internet radio stations, and he wanted to continue that into live streaming. And so we started a studio in South Salt Lake where we're doing these live streaming on a budget, mind you. And So we were already kind of primed to create a lot of digital content. And
Nice.
That's awesome.
so it really worked out for us because, well, I mean, having the video do well is amazing. And we hurried and released our album. So now we have the album. And so we actually just did a live stream from a studio here in Salt Lake where they had like cameras, you know, getting in your face and doing all this stuff. And it's like live in your living room, and it went off great. It looked really good and sounded good. And my mom watched on her TV, and we sold digital tickets and printed shirts and sent people physical copies of tickets. And
Aww.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, just to kind of recreate the thing, because we are performing at these they're called like bike concert cruises here, which is our like main promoter's solution, which is you set up you hire 6 bands who can set up their own sound and own setup in any parking lot, and they set up in parking lots around town, and groups of bikers, socially distanced bikers, bike between the stations.
That's so cool.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah. And so we perform a 20-minute set like for 5 different groups, so like 5 times. And
that's awesome.
They're usually like grouped themes. So we've done Beatles, we did David Bowie.
Nice.
Dave obviously wanted to do like the Black Star album.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like Teenage Daydream. He's like Black Star, only Black Star.
Okay.
Like, okay, we did No Doubt. And but it's hard because like I really like that. It was fun, definitely helped us learn more songs, but you can't make a parking lot feel like a cool rock club in the daytime.
Yeah, you experienced that.
I went to a drive-in show like in my car, and it's weird.
Was it weird? We just played one literally yesterday, a drive-in show for a corporate event, and it was like it was just logistically difficult. Dave organized the show, you know, because you have to have more speakers and more. There was fire on the stage, like pyrotechnics, you know, to grab people's attention. People honked. He was like trying to get people to honk in the beat.
That's really hard to coordinate cars because people. I don't know if did you guys have an FM signal or was it all speakers?
It was FM as well.
Yeah, so it's like a delay, and then everyone's just honking off beat, and it's bad.
Yeah, we experienced that, and last year we performed. Dave and I had this gig to perform at the soccer stadium, but they'd have like the music, like the soccer stadium music going at the same time as us, and it was just so awkward and weird that I kind of feel like I'm just prepared for any awkward situation. Like
that's
a good way to do it.
If nothing else, COVID will have trained every musician to just adapt to everything.
Yeah, playing in front of no audience was really stressful the first time I did it. I didn't realize how much of you rely on that connection and feedback. And if you're not a digital savvy person like me, you're just like, I'm plugging things, and yesterday's show was a nightmare. The sound was like not working, and I don't know, Dave's amp broke, and our drummer cracked a cymbal that we had purchased the day before.
Oh no.
It was hilarious. It went great. It went amazingly. You know,
Good.
there were pyrotechnics on the stage, but
well, then that covers a multitude of sins.
That's all you need.
You're fine.
That's what I was like. Yeah, the fire guy's like, my shit's working. He's just going. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do is focus on digital stuff. And
nice.
It's very open in Utah as far as COVID goes, like kind of like normal, but people have masks on, which I hear it's really not like that there.
Here's kind of like a middle zone.
Yeah. People, are you still having shows at all or no shows?
Not here. So we live like kind of in the middle of nowhere in Virginia, and everything's kind of canceled here. But some of the bigger areas around here are having very distanced things. Like I had to go to Philly just to see my drive-in show. Like that was
wow, that's like crazy. And for that reason, I actually think that it's helping us because now people, when they get to the show, they're really excited, and I also think it's going to be good for smaller bands because now you can't just book a huge band that's going to draw a 10,000 person crowd. And I think it's going to create a lot of space for middle bands who, you know, you can make money off of, you know, like a 500 person or lower venue. And so I'd say we are probably going to do a little bit of touring once things open up a little bit more.
Okay. Nice.
And I guess, I don't know, I had never, I'm a chemist that's what I was doing in Cambridge, is getting a master's in chemistry. And
nice.
So I'd been kind of like on my career track, and you know, then COVID happened, and just, I don't know, it just like opened up this whole other like musical door that I'm just
totally.
I don't know. It's Dave's just like, I've been planning this my whole life, but I'm like, okay.
At least he was prepared with the live streaming. Like most people weren't.
Yeah. I hear he just was doing the DigiFest, like the Boston Local Musical Festival, and which seemed difficult because there were 5 locations and like 5 live streams to like coordinate, and it seemed like there was a lag in just the expertise and equipment. But now people are getting there, and it makes sense. So
yeah,
totally. And this is my last question, and then Leah has some quick lightning round questions for you to roll out. But on Chemist, I hear you're searching for a cure for cancer. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Our drummer is a marketing guy, and so he has this whole campaign where if you put any information, if you put your email address in our website, it will just like email you all these like bios that
they're just there on your website. Like,
oh yeah, that's right.
We just read it. I'm just coming here for facts.
I do specialize in like targeted cancer drug delivery in like ovarian cancers. It's tough. I didn't always want to like research cancer, but it just is, you know, where the money is. And my grandmother's a breast cancer survivor, and so it's pretty cool. I would not say that I'm like going to find the cure. Lately my drug combination just like makes them grow better. So oops. But I definitely am about to get my PhD, and
awesome.
That's amazing.
Then just I don't know. It's a weird time. I've been a little bit jaded on pharmaceutical chemistry because, you know, people view it kind of as an evil industry, and sometimes it is. And I'm a very passionate, like purpose-driven person, and so I was kind of lost in like, why am I even doing this? And I think that's one reason I like music is like, what is a song but like 10 words that everyone can agree on and love. I think it brings people together and has the power to really change minds and hearts. And so I don't know, but chemistry can go into that. You know, I think a lot of our music is inspired by like psychedelia, and that's a word. And
it is now.
Yes.
Just roll that. I was following
you know, I'm very interested in learning about psychedelic drugs and that sort of thing, and about medicinal marijuana is an industry I'd like to get into as well. And
awesome.
So musicians are just really into all that, so it's not hard to find a common ground.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
I love that. Well, Leah, I'm going to let her take over the interview for this part.
So we always finish up our interviews with lightning round questions.
Oh, okay. I'm in it.
So I hope you're ready. They're very random. Who is your favorite Avenger?
My favorite Avenger? I like Iron Man. I don't know. He's just like, everyone loves a fun asshole.
That's true.
Exactly. Which flavor Dorito is the best?
Ooh, I'm not super into Doritos. I hate them, actually, but recently Tostitos has a salsa verde, like,
ooh.
And I like was loving them, and then halfway in the middle of like, these are the best things ever, I was like, oh my god, these are Doritos. These are just Doritos. And I was like, you hate Doritos, but you love this chip. Like,
they're just naked Doritos. They're like pale Doritos.
Yeah. The salsa verde one is so good. Has a lot of MSG.
Great.
I'll have to try them. What was the last thing that you searched on Spotify?
On Spotify, probably there's a band here that's in our spirit called American Humor, and if you like punk rock, like
nice.
you'd love them. They just
Mhm.
put out their album Currency, and the first track is called Black. It's like my heart is black and so are my thoughts and it's just I'm just like always trying to get it on, you know,
I love
to
it.
be angry.
That's such a punk lyric.
I'm gonna go look that up after this.
I love it.
They're very like if you like to be angry but also like cheerful and fun, you know, that's their vibe.
Okay.
I love it.
Gleeful.
That's exactly
Yes.
my vibe. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, American humor.
Okay. Best book you've ever read?
Ooh, I really like Catch-22. Catch-22, I've never like laughed and cried at the same time until I read that book. And
Nice.
I just think it's great, yeah.
Worst advice you've ever been given?
Worst advice? Worst advice. Probably to like go to graduate school. Honestly, like I have a lot of regrets. You know, they like feed you all this Kool-Aid about like what it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
And you get there and you're just like, oh, so this is just slave labor, where I don't get paid, and I just like it's not all bad. It's a very free and like I don't know. You can get what you can out of it, but it is not what they sold me on.
I took 2 grad classes and I said no and
Oh,
left.
yeah.
you were smart. Like I would never quit. And at MIT, they had to like kick me out, and I'm so glad because I'm just like they didn't kick me out, but I had an opportunity to leave and I resisted it, and now I'm just like, dude, life is too short to just like want to die.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, our last and final question. This is our signature interview question.
Mhm.
If you were a cereal, what would you be and why?
Oh, this is I've got to say like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because it's my favorite cereal, and it's just like utter sweetness and sugar, but it just like might cut up your mouth a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it kind of makes
I
your
like
gums
that.
hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes your gums hurt, and I don't know. I just I don't know. I feel like Mike's the drummer, and it's funny because like he's a Trump supporter, and I'm like not that on the other side, but somehow we like get along, and we just like fight and banter, and our hearts are in the same place, I guess. But we joke about how like our band is like cinnamon sugar, because we used to like go to open mics together and just get like utterly disrespected, because together we look like children, like 12-year-olds, because I look pretty young in
I feel
real life, and he does, and we're just like they're like, who are these like kids, but then we bring the heat, you know, and so that's
I
our
love
joke,
that.
cinnamon
I
sugar.
like that analogy.
Like
That's a good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there actually is one final question. Can you tell everyone where they can find you on the internet?
You can find us, so spiritmachinesband.com is our website, and you can, it's meant to be, we have a lot of internet sales. Like a lot of people are buying physical copies of our CD. There's like a little red button. So if it looks just like a scam website, like I'm sorry, like I did not design it, but you can go on Facebook. We interact with people. You can shoot us. You can ask for that sandwich video.
Please do.
Yes.
And
Everyone go ask for it.
Yes, please do.
Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp's a great platform. YouTube, you can go look at a Zober video, and we also have a video for Watch It Burn now with like fire spinning.
Yeah, I watched it. It was really cool.
Yeah, and so you can just find us there. SoundCloud. There's a track that's a bonus track. It's called Trigger Warning. It's like a very punk and angry song that was excluded from Spotify. And if you want to hear that track, it's you can find it on SoundCloud, or if you buy the album on Bandcamp, you can grab it too.
Okay.
Sounds
Good
good.
to know.
All right.
All right.
Well, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks
Love
so much
getting-
for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
This has been great. I mean, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I wish you guys the best during COVID. You know, like you said, like I think it's gonna open up for medium bands, and
Yeah.
I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have a creative renaissance, because you know people they have like weird emotions. They're gonna need to deal with them, and they don't just want the same derivative shit anymore. We're gonna need real catharsis.
Absolutely.
And yeah, thanks for what you guys do. You know, promoting women in rock. It's
of course
a weird space.
Yeah, it's
why not?
yeah.
Why not?
Why not? That's my personal slogan is why not you.
That's right.
That's like my thing. So just if you want to do it, just go get to an open mic and do it.
I love that. I love that. Well, it was so nice hanging out with you, Pepper Rose. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, thanks. You too. You guys too.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
And